السلام عليكم يا أحبائي ويا إخواني يا من أنتم أتيتم هنا.
My beloved, my sisters and brothers who came here
المجيء هنا حاملين
to
رسالة
carry the message of your Lord, which is the message of all the prophets which Allah sent down to His prophets. The message of prophets is the message of love and peace and mercy and justice and freedom for all people without separation. Allah, glory to Him, created all people from a single pair of a father and a mother, as He said in His holy book when He was talking to the angels. He said, I am going to create a human being out of mud. When I finish fashioning him and breathe unto him out of my spirit, prostrate yourselves to him. And the angel said, are you going to put on the earth someone who shed blood and corrupt? Allah said, I know that which you have no knowledge of. And He said, Adam, inform them with all the names. But first He asked the angels, and the angels said, we have no knowledge except that which you granted to us. But He said, Adam, inform them, and Adam informed them with all the names and all the names of everything that He created and everything that will manifest in the existence, from the trees and the animals and the birds and everything that manifests in existence. Which means that Adam contained within him everything that exists in the universe, and Adam has the full knowledge of everything. That's why Allah said to Adam, inform the angels of everything that was and shall be. This is Adam, the ideal human being. Is not people. It is something very glorious. It's the spirit of the ideal human being. Allah said, when I finish fashioning him and breathe unto him out of my spirit, then fall in prostration to him. So the prostration was not for Adam, the form, but it was because Allah revealed Himself or disclosed Himself upon the form that is made of dust, and through that everything in existence manifested. Allah also has His qualities within everything, in the mud, in the birds, in the fish, in everything in existence. And they all speak and they all glorify their Lord and they pray to their Lord, but you can't understand their languages. Allah said to Prophet, said to the mountains, O mountains, chant praises with Prophet David. And He also said He softened the iron to Prophet David. So He told them to chant. Chant with who? With Prophet Dawood, as he was chanting the praises of his Lord. And Allah said, we softened iron for Prophet Dawood. Softened it and subjected it to the use of Prophet David. And people still searching. And the scientists claim to know. They know how to travel in space. They said we can try to go to the seventh heaven. So they invented the aeroplanes, the rockets and spaceships, but they still incapable of knowing what is really heaven. Allah, the wise, the all-knowing, the All Merciful, bestowed upon people the gift of knowing, and He made them capable of using everything. So use it in what benefits you, not in that which will harm you. For example, you invent aeroplanes, use it for good reasons. You invent instruments, use it for good reasons, not to cause destruction and harm and to control people and to kill people. Because Allah's name is the universally merciful, the singularly compassionate, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. So in the name of Allah, you have to do everything in the name of Allah, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. And then he says he's the owner of the day of judgment. Malik Yawm al-Din. So Al-Fatiha has the 7 phrases, dialogue between the worshipper and his Lord, and it contains a lot of glorious secrets that can benefit all the faithful believers, the genuine ones who recited from their hearts. Allah said to Prophet Muhammad, say Allah, then abandon those who indulge in their games. The initiation of the ideal human being is our potential.
This is from the Music of the Soul, Siru al-Love al-Ilahi, the secret of the love of God.
The secret of the divine love of Allah. What is the secret of Allah's love? That Allah loves everything He created. And what is the first thing that Allah created? He created the human being. And He said, I shall create a human being out of mud when I finish fashioning him, and breathe unto him out of my spirit, fall in prostration to him. So the first thing that Allah desired is to create a human being out of mud. From this dust, Allah said, I shall create a human being when I finish fashioning him, and breathe into him out of my spirit, fall in prostration to him. Which means when he started to utter La ilaha illallah, Allah created Adam, and the first thing that Adam uttered is La ilaha illallah. There is no deity except Allah. From dust. Adam, your father, was created of dust. That means that in dust there are secrets that you cannot count. From dust, all animals were created. From dust, all the fish was created, all birds were created. And prostrate to Adam. The prostration is not to the form. It means to Adam, upon whom Allah discloses Himself and reveals Himself through the message that comes to the prophets, were sent down to the prophets. So from Adam came Prophet Jesus, and from Adam came Prophet Dawood, and from Adam came Muhammad. And all the prophets came from dust, but this dust has a glorious secret. Because Allah said, when I finish fashioning him, I breathe unto him out of my own spirit, which means out of my secrets, then fall in prostration to him. So what the angels are prostrating for the divine secrets within all people, within the whole creation actually, not only on you, because the mountains pray and chant the celebration of the glory of Allah. So it means everything contains a secret. Prophet Dawood was a prophet, and he would pray his psalms with the flute, and the mountains were ordered to chant with him with a divine order. That means everything is alive and is expressing itself and utters the praises of Allah. And if you can't hear it, Allah can make you hear it. You have to search, you have to speak and ask Allah to let you hear their voices, their sounds, and then you will hear it. When you take, when you make a flute out of earthly material and you blow in it, it makes these beautiful sounds. It's a secret because Allah taught you to make it produce that sound. You think you did it? No, it's Allah who gave you the knowledge to do it. This is why you must look deeply. Don't claim you are the creator and the inventor. You can't even create a fly. You can't create a fly or even an ant. And the ant is more intellectual than you. It has a sound judgment, better than you. She said to her fellow ants, "Go to your houses and hide before Prophet Solomon and his troops would step on you and destroy you." So she had a sound judgment. She said, "Be careful. Slow down and go to your houses, because Prophet Solomon, the prophets, had troops, and be careful of these troops." She said to her fellow ants, "Beware of the troops. You have to go away of their path, otherwise you would die." So the ant warned against destruction. So she had sound judgment. The ants know that they should not kill one another, and she could preserve their houses. They don't invent aeroplanes and destroy others. Those are the ants. They had better judgment than us. So what you do, you want to invent weapons of mass destruction, do it, but you are harming your own self. But Allah, as Prophet Muhammad said, don't return disbelievers and reject the truth of the unity and kill one another. But all around the world today, people are killing one another. In Europe, in America, in Africa, in Asia, in the Middle East, everywhere people are killing each other. They are destroying. The brother kills his brother, the sister kills her sister. This is happening all around the world. Can't you see it? Don't you see? This is why we must return to Allah. We must have a deterring lessons from ants, from everything. Allah knows. Allah knew that the children of Adam are going to rebel and deviate and disobey His commands. That's why He sent the prophets and the divine messages, so that He can protect people and preserve them, protect them from their own selves, from their own hands, so they will not kill one another and harm one another. So He sent a messenger from among themselves. As it is said in the Quran, I am going to send a messenger for you from among yourselves to teach you the wisdom and the holy books. This is the message of Allah.
Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim.
In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Compassionate. That which one yearns for, he loves. And this yearning makes him great by transforming the depth of poverty in the yearning of his slave, his need, and his longing to give him everything. what his heart truly desires. This yearning, hima, is oil in the fire of God's passion, which makes this fire in the heart of the lover grow very hot and strong and bright. And sparks fly as the lover turns to the right and to the left, cooking in the fire of love and becoming more and more tender and ready to be consumed. And the quality of love of which we speak is such that both lover and beloved are consumed by a single flame, and whether by union or by seeming separation, by presence or by absence, the flame is fanned. And the lover kills himself to live in his beloved, and destroys all his qualities, and he empties the cup of his existence so that it may be filled entirely with the qualities and the presence of his Lord. So why does Allah give the name Mahaba, gift of love, to this quality of love? Because this fire purifies the heart of everything but Al-Mabub, the beloved. And Al-Mabub is one who puts his neck on the doorsill of his beloved, and whose heart is inseparable from his beloved, breath to breath and moment to moment.
So this is why we have to understand the love. When Allah, glory to Him, wanted to make the human being happy, what did He do for the human being? He's the one who sent down the water to give life. Allah created the earth and it was empty. It was only dust. There was not yet plants. Nothing that can make the human being survive. Then Allah created the human being and then created the birds. He created also the animals with all of the species from the same dust and from the breath of the animals. And the birds started to cry out. They were hungry. Allah sent the water then. And from that the earth produced all the herbs and vegetables and fruits, and Allah produced the vegetables, the fruits out of the trees, and then by the word be and it is, everything manifested that is necessary for life. Because Allah is the universally compassionate, the merciful. So He created water and He sent it down because water is the secret of life. So the secret of the animal life, it has water. The animal life has water, which has the secret of love. Water is the secret of love. Love manifests through water, and Allah gave it to the human being. He gave it to the human being and to the animals and to the birds. So if you look at yourself, you're created of water and mud and dust. Allah created Adam and Eve, and He said to Adam and Hawa, He said to them, this is a blessed tree, be careful. Do not approach it, because the tree wanted to be a tree that carries divine love and distributes the fragrance of love all over the earth. Allah wanted it to be radiating love to the whole earth. But Adam don't listen except to Allah. Don't approach this holy tree. But Glory to Allah, he knew things before it happened. He sees the invisible and the seen. That's why he told the angel prostrate to Adam. But here we see Adam and Hawa. And this is the human being. He is going to carry the divine message and carry the prophets that would carry the divine message. And then Hawa looked at the tree, and the tree was beautiful, just as beautiful as Hawa, because the secret of beauty, divine beauty, was within her, but she couldn't realize it. She looked at the tree and saw the beauty, the divine beauty in it. So she said, this tree is so beautiful, Adam, let us consume it. So Adam, look how beautiful the tree is. Adam was a prophet. When he looked at the tree, he saw all the secret of existence that shall be. When he saw the divine secrets which Allah bestowed or disclosed in the tree. So what tree we are talking about? It's the holy humanity, the tree of humanity. It has the image of all the humanity that carries the divine secrets. So Adam said, this is my manifestation by which I would manifest. That's why this was so beautiful, not like any other tree. And Eve, Hawa said to Adam, let us consume that. And Adam said, only by divine order can I eat from it. What this tree? People don't know. It is the holy tree of divine secrets that is endless, because it's Allah's creation. It is not the normal tree, that ordinary tree that people talk about. It is the divine tree of humanity, from which the human being came forth, and all the rest of creation. It's the tree of life. Allah wanted to show a glimpse of that to Hawa, and she became absent. When she looked at that divine secret and divine beauty, she became absent from herself, consumed in that beauty. That's why Allah made them separate. Adam went to India, and Eve was in the mountain of Arafat. And then the divine command came, through which you all manifested. Billions of people manifested due to that secret. You don't know the age of the world. Only Allah knows the age of the world. There are 7 heavens that have billions of creatures, 7 earths and billions of creatures. All those 7 heavens are vast enough. The vastness of one heaven contains the earth and everything we know. And from those, there are also 7 earths like them. How many creatures? No one can count them except Allah knows their count. There is something that I can't explain more of it.
So breath to breath, moment to moment, and his heart is eaten by the fire of the beloved. But this fire is not fire, it is light upon light. And then when he speaks with his Lord. And when he walks with his Lord. And when he sleeps with his Lord. As Allah says to his prophet David, I forbid the heart of my lovers any love except my love. So understand, David, my beloved.
This is divine love. What is divine love? It means that it is forbidden for the human being to descend upon dirty water, polluted water, or impure water. It's forbidden for you Can you drink impure water? Of course you can,
لأنك حريص على الحياة.
because you care for your life.
الحياة هي
Because
سر
life is a secret and a mystical secret, the secret of love. Why then you send yourself or throw yourself in impure relationships? You destroy your own self and the world. That's why Allah sent all the prophets and taught them this is the straight path to have holy relationship. Allah disclosed all the secrets of His names within Al-Fatiha, Surah Al-Fatiha, and taught it to people. And in it, He says, only you we worship and only you we seek guidance. This is my straight path. There are 7 verses or 7 ayat, signs in Surah Al-Fatiha, which contain 7 secrets. It's a 7 statement of dialogue between the worshipper and the Lord. It contains everything that all the holy books contain. Fatiha contains all the holy books. That's why I wanted to explain to you Surah Al-Fatiha. If you want to recite Al-Fatiha and understand it, read my tafsir, the commentaries I gave about it. Because if I really want to explain it fully, I would write 1,000 books about it. Because it explains everything in existence. But I can't explain it fully because it's a secret, divine secret. But Allah give us a glimpse and teach us something so we can share with people, so we can make them happy and make ourselves happy. Allah says in His holy book, we have not sent you but as mercy for all the worlds. Allah said to Prophet Muhammad, Jibreel said to Muhammad to declare that we have not sent you but as mercy for the whole world, not for Muslims, not for Christians, but to all the world. Allah says in the Quran, praise be to Allah who sent down upon His worshipper, slave and servant. He didn't say to His king, He said to a humble slave and servant who carry the message of peace, the message of love and justice and mercy, which we carry it by the permission of Allah. This is the message of all the prophets. We love Musa, we love Isa, we love all the prophets and all people who love Allah. Our world is founded upon love and mercy and justice, and there is nothing in our world except love and mercy and justice, which is the message sent to all the prophets. And this is what I'm talking about in this book, which I wrote years ago, but I keep repeating it, and I will repeat it because there would be no justice, no mercy, no love except unless people return to Allah and follow His commands. They shouldn't follow the whims, their own whims of the ego and the shaitan voice. How can a human being dare to kill a brother, a sister? How can they throw their children on the street? This is what Allah wanted? Of course not. Would Allah want something like that? Of course not. Allah sent down Prophet Isa, Jesus. Why? He sent him fatherless. Alayhi salatu wasalam, Prophet Isa was sent to carry the divine message. And who is his mother? Mary, a very poor slave of Allah, worshipper, a genuine worshipper, poor woman, ordinary woman, and only her mother devoted her for Allah. She didn't know if she would have a boy or a girl, but her mother said, I devote whatever in my womb for the service of Allah. And when Mary became pregnant of Jesus and gave birth to him, she said, ask him. And people said, how can we ask an infant? But the infant spoke and said, I am the slave servant, worshipper of Allah. He made me messenger and made me benevolence towards my mother and excel in doing good for my mother, because I am the divine servant who carry the divine message. What is the message? The message of love, peace and mercy for the whole world. This is the woman who carried this. A simple woman. No men realized her true reality. Allah said, we breathed onto him out of our spirit and made him a prophet. So realize who the true human being is. So those who claim to be the follower of Jesus, to be Christian, I ask them, is it of his message to kill people? Is it of his message to invent weapons of mass destruction and to throw bombs everywhere? Is it of true Christianity to send your children to kill other people of other nations? This is the message of Jesus? Of course not. Divine message is the message of peace and love and justice. Not only for Prophet Isa, but it is the message that came down to all the prophets. Look today what is happening all over the world. Only destruction, only killing, only robbing and violating human rights. Do you see peace? Do you see justice in the world? In this country, do you see peace? Do you see justice? Look, it's a fire that is consuming all people everywhere. And people still claim to be the followers of the Prophet. This is a lie. By Allah, they are not genuine believers. Because whatever happens to you is with what your own hands earn, and Allah pardons most of what you do. We ask Him to grant us peace and safety.
But the love of Allah has two sides. The love of the truth for the human being and the love of the human being for the truth. And when the truth loves a person, the truth of the love within him moves him to love whatever he loves. Not understanding what is inspiring him to love, he attaches the energy of his feeling to what appears to him without as the object of his love. For example, when the love moves a man to love a woman and he stops with her body, when he stops with her body, the very body he thinks he loves becomes a strong veil to the essence of the love which is moving him. And then
the love that is initiated between the man and the woman is not as people think of it. It's not just to stop with the outer picture, but if you not become very polite and decent, genuine, full of honesty and sincerity and full of peace and all the beautiful things that Allah wants of you, you have the human body which Allah created, whether you are a man or a woman. Allah created you that way. But Allah created everything, and He created a human being. So you share the humanity. So you must be holy and preserve that sacredness that Allah gave to you. He said, I'm going to create a human being out of mud. Don't say, oh, I'm not equal for you. Why are you, were you created out of gold or silver? You created out of dust, you will return to the dust. Whether you're a king and your head is up high, you will return to dust. That's why you must be very humble, polite, carrying the divine message, becomes a representative of divine message, so that humanity can achieve happiness.
Then he is moving as an animal moves and loving as an animal loves.
When the animals move, you know, the true animals are better than the human being when he behaves like animals, because it's honored, it acts with honor. But we act, or humanity acts in a way that animals refuse to be with them. Can you imagine that if any beast, a beast with her own spouse, like a bear of a male and female animal, if another animal approach that female, what happens? The male would not accept that because of the honor of the relationship between the male and female. They respect and they honor that relationship. They are polite with Allah. And if you have a dog, for example, and if you have a male and female dog, and another male dog came to approach the female, what happens? What would the male dog do? He would attack, and he may kill the other dog. Why? Because he honors the relationship. He doesn't want anyone to harm his female spouse. But humanity deviated far from that. They don't respect the wives. They don't respect the relationship. They treat the wives as servants, as slaves, and they don't do their duties towards them. And the women as well, they don't follow Allah's way. She must look at her husband, whom she embraces between her arms, as a holy being. She should respect him, be polite with him, and consider him equal to her, because we all created from dust, and we have one Lord that we all should worship and obey. And this is the true way.
So in this he touches only some of the love, the smell of the love, and the heat of the fire. But this is not enough for him to taste the fullness of the truth of the love which is moving him.
If the human being would not look at the true meaning of love, if they would not look at Allah who sent to him this love, then he would not realize how holy this love is. He must be holy, she must be holy, and the relation between them must be holy and honored.
When the fire of his love touches the essence of the love of the soul of the woman he loves, then the sparks and the waves of flame flash out and return to their source in the blaze of divine passion, al-ish. And his body disappears, and her body also disappears. And all the veils, all of the fascination of coming and going between them disappears in the experience of their indivisible unity, and God returns to love himself alone. But he created these people in the fire between them to realize the essence of his love. And whereas in the beginning the man thought he loved the woman, when he comes to realize the essence of the fire, he sees that he himself is the beloved, and that she is also the beloved, and in this Allah alone is the beloved.
He shows you how to be in the right way. For that he said, follow me. No one who few people understand. For that Allah he sent from his mercy the prophets to explain. He sent Ibrahim, he sent Isa, he sent Muhammad, he sent all the people. And everyone who carry, all those carrying the message of Allah. Not, but all those, most of those see why this war, why this sickness. How many sickness now in the world? Thousands. Now in Africa, new sickness come. He take every day more than 1,000 persons. What? No one who knows, but Allah knows. Why? فَبِمَا كَسَبَتْ أَيْدِيكُمْ.
What your own hands earned, but Allah pardons most of what you do.
Allah, He not said this. No. This is from human being. Why you kill the people? Why you steal? Why you not make everything for peace and love and mercy? Why? For what reason? You like to take all the dunya for yourself only? No. The dunya, she not, Allah not give him only for one person. Many people, Harun and more, many people before take all the dunya. Anyone who still in the life? No. He goes, for that Allah is the merciful. I should explain here something that, okay, continue.
So Allah alone is the beloved and no other exists. As Allah has said, I was a hidden treasure that desired to be known. So I manifested the creation.
And that's Allah is saying to Muhammad, say Allah, nothing else. Muhammad, Allah, say Allah, nothing else more than Allah. There is only Allah. Be the slave of Allah, because for you came to be happy. The dunya, nothing. But if you follow Allah, then you are happy. Yes, good.
So I manifested all the creation to reveal the essence of the deep secret knowing of myself.
Yes.
And he whom I created to reveal the treasure carries within himself the treasure.
Yeah.
But he must explode the mountain of his existence to discover the treasure which is hidden within it.
Yeah, sure.
So when a man thinks he loves the body of the woman, the body is a veil to his true love.
Sure.
And then the body of his entire existence is a veil, like a mountain in which the treasure is concealed. And Allah created this mountain of his water and clay exactly in order that he could bury his treasure within it.
Sure.
And this is the first side of the love, in which Allah breathes all the creation into existence. And the second part of the love is the return, in which the creature breathes his existence back into his Lord. But how to explode the mountain of your entire being?
Very important to understand what I mean. Go deeper, follow through the message what Allah is sent for your beloved Jesus, for the beloved Muhammad, for the beloved of all the prophets. I explain. Like what Allah gave from my beloved prophets. Okay, continue.
Plant the flaming seed of your yearning in your own earth. For when the man loves a woman, it is to know her as himself, and to love her, and to enter her as himself.
Yes,
As
true.
Adam entered Eve, who was of his own substance and truth, and to penetrate her body as a veil, and to touch the essence within her, within himself. And when you use the fire of your passion to open yourself and to know yourself, and to know the treasure which is hidden within you, then the fire of your yearning explodes in the depth of your own substance, creating an opening within, a space within. And before, when the fire went outside, the earth within was dense and obscure. But now the density breaks open inside after this holy fire of love cleans the inner earth. Then plant your tree, and put the seed back into your own earth and water it with the living water, the essence of love, and then fertilize it with all the accumulated compost of your mind and self, and let it grow up in the light of knowing. And keep, beloveds, keep the breath of dhikr moving around in it,
Yes,
so
very
that the
important.
garden of the soul
I
does not
give,
stagnate.
أنا أعطيتك كيف
I
تصل
give
إلى
you
ما
the
تريد.
way how to attain that which you wish for. Your example is like someone who can find true water, pure water. You're like a tree who lost its water and can't find water that helps her grow. But it is between your hands. The water is the teaching of the prophets and messengers. You have everything you need, but you don't turn to it. You don't listen to Allah's prohibition and commands. You have to follow His commands. Then you will attain happiness.
آمين.
Keep the dhikr moving around in it so that the garden of the soul does not stagnate and the tree always has space to grow in.
Say Allah.
When you remember the name Allah, then you see how you change everything. This holy name. Allah. When your mom makes best for you, the first word, first letter, the name of Allah. Everyone, yes or not? Enough for you. This word, to remember His name. Only أنا الذي أنا الخالق.
I am the creator.
أنا الذي سأحفظه.
I am the one who is going to protect you. I'm going to be the one who provides for you. I'm going to be the one who revives you. So don't turn to any but me and follow me. Allah is the guardian protector of those who have faith in Him.
When the tree is grown, keep this tree inside you and sit under it.
This tree is the tree of divine love and divine knowledge. Be careful, protect it. Don't forget it. Don't be heedless of it, because if you do, then it would be very easy to the devil shaitan to capture you. The illusion and the pictures will control you, and the Iblis will catch you through these pictures and the illusions. So say Allah and be straight.
Then sit under it and take a branch in your hand and take from the branch the fruit of the milk of the essence of the love. And by eating this, you begin to live.
If the divine care, attentive care, observes you and protects you with its eye, then nothing else you would need. And you would sleep peacefully, because all of your fears are not true. They would be gone. It's only illusion. Only illusions and pictures that come to you during your dreams and your thoughts, but you become afraid of it, and it is nothing. These pictures are nothing. Who does this? Who brings this picture to you? Because you don't seek Allah. You don't follow His commands. If you do carry His message, then everything will listen to you.
By eating it,
Be a slave and a godly servant for Allah.
by eating this, you begin to live, and in so giving birth to yourself, you unearth the holy treasure which He, created you to bear. And then when you look into the treasure with the eye of your soul, you see the one who sees you looking into the essence of the jewel. For Allah sees you as you see him. Look again, and there is no you, there is only he.
محمد رسول الله عليه صلاة الله لا إله إلا الله عيسى رسول الله عليه صلاة الله لا إله إلا الله موسى السلام ومنك السلام وإليك يعود السلام تبارك ربنا وتعالى